It's been a long time coming, but Benelli finally has a fair offering in the 300cc sport bike range. The new 302R is based on the TNT 300 Naked, but it's received some significant changes along the way. Today, we're going to find out if this bike has what it takes to meet the high standards set by its Japanese rivals. Eye-catching looks are a very important requirement for a fully fed sports bike in India, and the Benelli 302R scores well in this department. Thanks to its big bike size, the 302R easily stands out in a crowd, especially when compared to its immediate rivals, the Kawasaki Ninja 300 and the Yamaha R3. The latter isn't currently available, but it is set to launch soon in BS4 spec. Adding interest to the Benelli's design are some neat details like the lion motif along the sides, funky exhaust end can, and some smart plastic inserts at the tail section. The 302R's dials are fairly simple but offer all the information you need except for fuel efficiency data. Paint quality is good, fit and finish levels are acceptable, and frankly, the bike feels higher quality than some of Benelli's earlier products. However, we were quite surprised by the lack of a hinged fuel filler cap. Overall, despite the slightly disproportionately large front end, this is a very striking looking machine and it catches a lot of attention on the road. And we really like Benelli's classic silver and green paint scheme. The 302R runs the same liquid-cooled 300cc parallel twin motor from its sibling, the TNT 300. This high-revving engine produces 38.8 horsepower and 26.5 Nm of torque. These are almost identical numbers to the Kawasaki Ninja 300 and promise strong performance. However, out on the road, the hit of power you expect never really arrives. This engine revs all the way to 12,000 RPM, but to get anywhere in a hurry, you've got to keep her boiling above 8,000. And even then, the rate of acceleration just isn't as strong as we'd have liked. That said, this is still a pretty quick machine, and given the space, you should be able to see upwards of 170 km per hour on the clocks. Highway cruising is effortless too, and the engine is happiest at early triple-digit speeds where vibrations are well restrained. The riding position is quite relaxed and the seat is comfortable as well. City riding is also very easy thanks to good heat management and a decent turning radius. To top it off, the Benelli's engine is one of the most tractable we've ever come across, and it allows you to stay in 6th gear at speeds as low as 25 km per hour. Overall, this is quite a characterful motor, but it also has its quirks. Now, the Benelli engine isn't as smooth and refined as some of its Japanese rivals, and it does have a slightly gruff feel. It also generates some vibrations in the foot pegs and handlebar, but these aren't too much of a deal breaker. That said, Benelli has put in a solid effort into sound engineering, and the result is that this is a sweeter sounding bike at its price point. 302R receives a revised version of the TNT 300's trellis frame, and it also gets a new swing arm. The rear monoshock has been moved from the side to the center, but this has made it quite hard to access the preload adjuster. The fat upside down front forks meanwhile offer rebound adjustability, which is a unique feature in this segment. Ride quality is well judged with a supple feel that absorbs bad roads well, but also offers a confident and planted feel through the corners. As compared with the pre-production bike we tested last year, the 302R now gets redesigned foot pegs that have allowed much more cornering clearance. Rider confidence gets a further boost from the Metzeler M5 Sport Tech tires, which offer superb performance both in wet and dry conditions. Twin front disc brakes are another segment first, but the brakes lack bite and offer inconsistent pressure at the brake lever. On the bright side, this is the first bike in the segment to offer ABS as standard, so full credit goes to Benelli there. Overall, on paper, the Benelli chassis specs look quite impressive, but there is one drawback that ultimately takes a toll on the bike's abilities. Now, the reason behind the Benelli's muted performance is its heavy 198 kg curb weight, which puts it nearly 30 kilos higher than some of its rivals and very close to liter class superbikes. While this certainly affects performance, the good news is that the extra weight doesn't really make the 302R a difficult or intimidating bike to ride. You only really feel the heft while taking U-turns or pushing the bike around a parking lot. All things considered, the 302R offers quite a different experience to its rivals, one that focuses on looks and feel rather than outright ability. Unlike most Benellis that significantly undercut their rivals, the 302R costs just Rs 12,000 less than the Kawasaki Ninja 300, and that isn't a very big difference at this price point.
Benelli have positioned the 302R as a sport tourer instead of an outright sport bike. Now that's a very clever decision because it perfectly matches the character of the motorcycle. If you're looking for a big bike sound and feel, along with a comfortable and easy riding experience, this bike should be on your wish list. However, if you're just after outright thrill and speed, I'd suggest you look elsewhere.